Eighth grade, it's week 16 and we're talking about electromagnetic waves. Today, you should be able to explain the electromagnetic spectrum. So it's a warm, sunny Saturday afternoon and Michael and LeVar are having a big day. They're going to ride across town to meet their friends and then go to the zoo. The boys may not realize it, but they will be bombarded by electromagnetic radiation as they ride their bikes and walk around the zoo grounds. The only kinds of radiation they can detect are visible light, which allows them to see, and infrared light, which they feel as warmth on their skin. So besides visible light and infrared light, what other kinds of electromagnetic radiation will the boys be exposed to in sunlight? Take a moment and think about that and pause the video while you write down your answer. Wow, you're back already? Awesome. Let's talk about what other electromagnetic radiations these boys are going to be exposed to in addition to visible light and infrared light. Well, sunlight consists of all the different kinds of electromagnetic radiation, from harmless radio waves to deadly gamma rays. Fortunately, Earth's atmosphere prevents most of the harmful radiation from reaching Earth's surface. Electromagnetic radiation is energy that travels in waves across space as well as through matter. Most of the electromagnetic radiation on Earth comes from the sun. Like other waves, electromagnetic waves are characterized by certain wavelengths and wave frequencies. Wavelength is the distance between two corresponding points on adjacent waves. Wave frequency is the number of waves that pass a fixed point in a given amount of time. Electromagnetic waves with shorter wavelengths have higher frequencies and more energy. Visible light and infrared light are just a small part of the full range of electromagnetic radiation, which is called the electromagnetic spectrum. You can see the waves of the electromagnetic spectrum here. At the top of the diagram, the wavelengths are given. Also included are objects that are about the same size as the corresponding wavelengths. Additionally, we see several objects that produce various types of electromagnetic waves. On the left side of the electromagnetic spectrum diagram are radio waves and microwaves. Radio waves have the longest wavelengths and lowest frequencies of all electromagnetic waves. They also have the least amount of energy. On the right side of the diagram are X-rays and gamma rays. They have the shortest wavelengths and the highest frequencies of all electromagnetic waves. They also have the most energy. Between these two extremes are waves that are commonly called light. Light includes infrared light, visible light, and ultraviolet light. The wavelengths, frequencies, and energy levels of light fall in between those of radio waves on the left and X-rays and gamma rays on the right. So, which type of light has the longest wavelengths? Think about that question for just a moment and pause your video while you write down the answer. Back already, huh? Well, so which type of light has the longest wavelengths? This might be a little trickier than you thought because we don't always think of it as light. The answer is infrared light has the longest wavelengths. If you said red, you're not entirely wrong, but red doesn't have as long a wavelengths as infrared, and infrared is considered light. Next question. What are the sources of infrared light shown here? Look down at the bottom. What are some things that would be considered sources of infrared light? Good enough. In the picture, Humans and remote controls are sources. But in fact, all living things and most other objects give off infrared light as well. Well, that's kind of surprising. We actually give off infrared light? Well, remember, infrared light is heat energy. Do you give off heat energy? Well, of course you do. And most other objects and living things do as well. So we are sources of infrared light. In summary, electromagnetic radiation travels in waves through space or matter. Electromagnetic waves with shorter wavelengths have higher frequencies and more energy. The full range of electromagnetic radiation is called the electromagnetic spectrum. From longest to shortest wavelengths, it includes radio waves, microwaves, infrared light, visible light, ultraviolet light, X-rays, and gamma rays. So, if you can explain the electromagnetic spectrum, feel free to move on to the questions that follow. However, if you're a little bit unsure or would like to have some additional notes before you go to those questions, you may want to stop and go back to the video one more time. Thanks for being here, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye now.